Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs, and I'm here for a little craft with me. We're going to be making clusters today, and I realize this is nothing new or earth-shattering for people that do junk journals, but for the new people, I think it's kind of an important element to learn how to do because it adds a lot to your journals and you can use them in a lot of different ways. I'll show you a few that I've done, and then I'll kind of show you what you use them for, and then we'll do 2 or 3 together. So this is one that I've done, and it has a little picture on there. This is a little bit of lace, a little bit of scrapbook paper, some dictionary page, a little bit of an embossed piece on there. So there's one. Here's one that has like a little cutout, and then I've used a piece of lace with a little bit of bling and a little heart on it, dictionary page, book page, a little bit of scrapbook paper. This is one that I have embossing, and I've taken a little wax and put it on there. Just a little sticker, a little tiny bit of lace and book page, and this is just a piece of packaging that I put on there. This is one where I've used a little bit of doily, a little bit of embossing, book page. This has a little bit of our lace that we used on our cover, just a small piece of material. This is a cutout from the lace, a little bit of music paper behind there. This one has a little sticker, cherub sticker, a little butterfly, a couple of little embellishments on there, lace, dictionary page, scrapbook paper. This is one that has just some scrapbook paper, a little bit of a cutout, and then some material, a little bit of lace and a button. And then this one has just a image that was cut out, and then some embossing, some book page, music paper, a little bit of lace, and a tiny bit of bling. So I'm going to show you kind of what these can be used for. If you take, and this is a journal that I did them for, and when I make mine, sometimes I'll just do them generically so that they'll go in any journal, but usually what I do is I'll make some in a batch that I will take the colors and the theme in account, and I'll do that just so that people can, or that I can have them so where they'll work in the journal. So let's see, I think I did one back here. Like for instance, I put one here, and let's say I wanted to, you know, tuck something in there, then I could just, you know, tuck it. I just glued it on top. You could do that. You can take one, for instance, here. Let's say you wanted to put it down here, and then you could take something. Let me see if I can find something to put in there. And, you know, you could just tuck something in there. You can take, you know, a smaller one. I don't have very many smaller ones. I have a tendency to not make them very small. You can just put it on the bottom of your page or the top of your page as an embellishment, you know, and not even have to do anything with it. Just have that there as part of a decoration on your page. And if you make enough of them with different types of you know, fabrics and leftover laces, etc., you know, and keep in mind what you're doing, you'll be amazed at how many pages that it'll go on. I mean, it'll fit in a lot of different places in your journal. You can also take them and use them to decorate your embellishments. If you want to take like this weekly time card, and you could just take this and put it on there, and then maybe put a ribbon through here. Let's see. Let me move this aside. Okay, let's just say which one would we want to do here? Let's just say we wanted to do that one. And then we would just take maybe some of our sari silk. You know, we could just glue that on there. Just put that on there like that. Just take this. I'm going to cut that too small. In fact, I want to put something else in there anyway, so hold on. Hold on. See if I find a piece that's big enough for what I want to do. Maybe not. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. And so you could just take this and put that through there. Tweezers to hold that. Oops, here we go again. And then, you know, I mean, you've got instant decorating on some of these elements, and you've already done a bunch of these. So that's usually what I do with them. So, but I just think that they look good, they decorate your page, and you know, you can use them for a lot of different things. So there you go. I mean, then you've already got something to stick in your journal. So, you know, that's what I would do. So, and I usually take a dab of glue and stick that in the middle so that knot doesn't come out, or that bow doesn't come out. But anyway, I thought I'd go through and do a few of these and just show people what, you know, how to make them. And there's not really a right or wrong way of doing this. You can just kind of ad-lib it, and I'm sure you'll catch on pretty quick. But there's just a lot of things that you can do with these, and you're using your scraps and your leftovers, and that's kind of, you know, what junk journaling is all about. So let me give you an idea of the kind of things that I have. As my desk is a mess right now, so I just want y'all to see what I use, just so you can have an idea. Let me get a sip of water here. First off, I will use book page, music paper, and I include in that like any kind of scrapbook paper that you may have. Just, you will use that on there. Let me move these out of the way for a second. Put them up here, I think. I will use embossed paper a lot, because especially the thicker kind, because I use that as a backdrop to put things on. So, and I usually go through and just, I'll do it all at one time, just emboss a whole lot of things, and I, you know, take pieces and rip them and use them all the time. Scraps of scrapbook paper, just anything in the color palette that you think that you might want to use. It's amazing how I'm doing that. Like here, this is actually the masking paper that you get at Lowe's or Home Depot. I just like the color, and it's thick, and that would make a good backdrop. I tend to really like too the smaller patterns. They tend to show up good, and I also like things that look very textury like this. But anyway, just use your scraps. Sometimes I will take elements out of paper and cut them out and fussy cut them and use them as a focal point. I have little stickers and stuff that I'll use for a focal point. Let me get those out. Any little stickers that you think that might work on your page, you know, that you have that you think will work. I've got this little book that I bought. I think it's $1.99 on Amazon. It's got a lot of little focal points here. So, these little roses. I will use that kind of thing. Oops, sorry, did not mean to do that. Let me make sure we're in focus now. I think it changed. Okay, we're still okay. So I'll use those. Definitely, I always have my pieces of, you know, doilies, and also my little cutouts that I've made with my die cuts to add, you know, another element. So I definitely use that too. Any kind of little cutouts or things that you may think you might use for a focal point. Smaller tends to be better, but you can use pieces of it. You don't have to use the whole thing. Also, definitely you want any of your, you know, your scrap jar, your scrap pieces of your lace or material or anything like that. I also, you know, I just get out little pieces of material that kind of are in that color palette, and I'll rip those or use pieces I've already ripped, you know, in just small pieces. But I usually don't cut them or rip them until I know I'm going to use them. So anyway, I thought that we could just do a few, and you can kind of see how you do it. And that way you can use them. And I don't know, I really like them because there's just so many ways you can use them. And if you make a few extra when you make them, you'll probably end up using them at some point. First of all, I usually try and start with something as kind of a base. For instance, let's see. Okay, so like this piece of paper, see now this has hearts on the end, but I could take this, and for some reason mine always turn out to be kind of big, but that's okay, I use them. Like, see, we could use that and then have the hearts on the bottom, right? Let's see, and this is the raised side. So I use this, it's kind of a wax deco art gold rush. I have different colors, but I don't know, I seem to use the gold a lot. You take a tiny, tiny bit. I already got some on my other part of my hand, and just kind of go over it. And don't worry, we're going to dull this down. It's not going to look that, you know. But it's really a fun thing to do. And I think it adds a lot of interest. So let's say we do that. Okay, so and this stuff dries out pretty quick, so always make sure you put your cover on there. And it dries pretty much instantly, so, and I would take that and I would probably just dress that up a little bit, you know, the whole thing, right? See, and that really dulls down the shine. Get that off of there. I don't want it to get on other stuff. And then maybe take your little brush and kind of ink up the ends a little bit. You know, just to kind of get that white off of there. So that could be one layer. And then let's say you want to put, oh, I don't know. Let me see. I think this would be pretty. I don't know what portion of it though. Let's just try some of this. All right. Go like that. And there's no really rhyme or reason as to cutting your pieces of paper. I just don't like to have like square pieces, or, you know, I will, you know, take pieces that are, you know, cut out and already, let's see, I think this is too big, so we're going to have to make this smaller. And save all your little pieces that you don't use, because you may use them, you know, on the very next piece or another one that you use. So let's see. Maybe go the other way. Yeah, I think I like that. I'd like to see more of that rose. And then let's say I have this cutout that I could put on there. And it kind of looks like a heart, doesn't it? So let's say I put that in there. I mean, there's just so many ways you can use these, and to me, they just add so much interest, even if all you do is just stick them on a page in the corner. So your pages that you haven't really heavily decorated, you can just put those in there, and then, you know, that, to me, that's a great way to decorate your journals, add a lot of interest. Even if they don't have a function, even if you don't use them as a tuck or anything like that. Okay, I have not glued that one on yet, so I need to do that. And a lot of times I'll glue these on and then put more. I do think I kind of want to put a little bit of texture behind there before I glue it down. So let me think what I have. Okay, I have a little bit of this gauze. Let me try that. You know, and just, if you have enough at your fingertips while you're doing this, that's, to me, that's the most important thing. That's why my desk is such a disaster right now, is because I have to have enough things that I can just grab quickly. If you do have that, then what will happen is you'll do these very, very, very quickly. So it doesn't take very long. So put that up there a tiny bit. It's not going where I want it to go, but hold on. I'm working on it. So let's say we do that. There we go. And then I think I'll get some of this gauze off of there because there's just too much. Anyway, these clusters to me are, I use them a lot, and I think they're well worth the time. So anyway, there's one right there. I'm resisting the urge to put bling on this because I think it looks good without it, so I won't. Now that could change, but okay, so let's try. Okay, let's try one where we use like a, this is like a more of a smaller wallpaper print. And like I said, I like to use these scrapbook papers that are a little bit heavier for the like a backdrop part of it, because that way, if you do want to use them as a tuck or something, that they're kind of sturdy. let's see. We have that. Now see, this is just a scrapbook paper that has script on it. And to me, that's kind of, you know, that works the same as a book page would, as far as an element and how it looks on your page. So I don't know. Let me see. That's too big. Maybe go a little bit more like that. And I have a tendency to just kind of make these a little bit too big sometimes, so I have to watch it. Because I'll just start adding and adding and they get bigger and bigger, so I kind of just have to watch myself. Because you are going to want some smaller ones, you know, you don't want them all. Haven't really decided. I wonder what my focal point is going to be on that, guys. What do you think? Got this heart. I think would look kind of pretty on there. Wonder if I should put pink on there. Yeah, I think some pink would be pretty with that. Okay. Let me just kind of dingy this up a little bit. And I don't even know how much of that I'm going to use, but we'll see. And like I said, when you do this, nothing's really going to go to waste because you're going to eventually use. Should go like that. Don't mind me while I talk to myself. Yeah, I think that's how it's going to go. You'll use the stuff somewhere else. Even if all you do is keep it for your collaging, all those little bits and pieces. Okay. Then I'm going to take, you know what? It needs some sort of lace or something in there. I don't know what I'm going to put. Let me look. Here we go. Let's see what we can do with that. No, I don't think I'm going to like that. Oh, yeah, maybe if we cut it later. Okay, that'll win. We'll try that. So we're going to go kind of like that. So I'm going to stick that on there. And then I'm going to use this heart, but I want to kind of dingy it up a little bit. This little sticker. You know, I don't want those white edges. Right? And then I really try very hard not to put things on that are just, you know, straight or whatever. For some reason, I just think it looks better that way. Now, I'm going to cut part of this, just not all of it. I think just a tiny bit of that. Maybe just a little bit of this. Okay. So then, I don't know, does it need something else? Let's see what we got here. Oh, I've got my whole bucket of bling over here, so who knows? Who knows what I'll find. Oh, look here, we have little hearts. Let's see. Yeah, I think we definitely have to put a little heart on there somewhere. Just take a dab of glue. I never usually just put these down without putting glue on them because I kind of feel like they're just not gonna stick or stay stuck. Anyway, get a little extra glue on the bottom. Get that off of there. Maybe, maybe not. I hate when that happens. Let's see if I can get it off. Right when I said that they don't stay stuck, I got one that won't come off. Okay, so there's another one. That can definitely make it into my Valentine's journal. Let me try another one for my Valentine's journal because I really need to make a few of those. Let's see here. I definitely like this. I think that would be pretty for something. And that piece is too big. But we're still gonna work with it. Then I'm probably gonna take maybe some music paper and some dictionary page. So maybe just take a little bit of this. Yeah. Well, maybe a bigger piece. How about that? Let's try that. Yeah, I think a bigger piece. Maybe put some dictionary page behind it. Kind of like that, but we don't like that square corner, so that's not going to work. Put that over here. Maybe go like that. Put that in there. I don't like that piece. And then I don't know what we would use for our focal point, so we're going to have to figure that out. I think I want to use a little bit of material somewhere. I think that matches too much. Let's see. I need something. I don't know if any of those are going to work. Hold on, let me look real quick and see if I've got something else. Let me see. I don't know if any of these would work. I've got a little bit too much red to go with that pink. So maybe not that. Let us see. Well, maybe I won't use any. Oh, you know what? That goes good. I think that'll be good. Okay. And some lace. Let's try maybe a little pink this time. Do I have any pink? Surely I have some pink in there. Let's see. I know I have more than that pink. Okay. And you can imagine when I get done how bad my desk will look after I'm done. But you know what? I think it's well worth it. So let's see if I can go. I make it about that big. And I always rip my pieces because I just like that look better. So, you know, to each their own. But to me, I like it. I just wonder if I want to put that down here more. Yeah, I think so. Okay, I'm trying to get that in there. And I don't know what my other piece will be. Let's Let's see if this would look good on there. Like maybe put that on there. And then a smaller piece. Yep, I think that'll work. Okay, so I kind of have a plan. Gonna ink up these sides a little bit. But anyway, as you can see, I don't necessarily start with any real plan other than maybe colors that I pull of paper and things like that. And then I kind of go from there because I don't really have a set idea, even focal points or anything. I just kind of grab things and start gluing. And I do know that I have like a idea that I like a certain amount of texture and I like different elements and things like that. So I always try and grab enough to where, you know, that I can get enough of that in there. I don't know. Like this piece is maybe too big. Oh wait, I have another one right here. I think I like that better. Make this a little bit more jagged here. And put that there. So we don't have everything going. See, if you do it that way, everything is going straight up and down. So I'm kind of, and then I usually try and have the edges cut to where they're not just, you know, they're not just straight. Well, I'm not doing that the way I want to do it, but kind of like that. And then kind of fray them up a little. Do that. Just so that doesn't look too planned. And then maybe take a little bit of lace. Go like that. How far across? Maybe like this. Maybe a smaller piece, I think, here. Right? That's going to go kind of like that. Now, do we want to put a focal point on there? Maybe. Let's see. We might not. We may not. We'll see. Got these cool little medallion things. I could put that on there. Right? Let me see what I have in here that we could use. Lots of choices. No, let me see if there's something small enough to put in there. That would fit in that little medallion. Let me see. Let's try this little angel person here and see how that works. Okay, so we're go ahead and glue those pieces down. And I think I might try a little bit bigger piece of this. So we're going to put that down. Oops. Spilling stuff. Kind of right here. So that's going to kind of go like that. Then I'm going to take a little piece of lace. Like maybe go kind of like that. Right? Go like that. And then, let me see if I even want to do this medallion. And I may have a bigger one too that I can use for that. Let me see. Yeah, that might work. Let me try it. Let's put that in the middle. Okay. So, do we want it like that? Do we want it like this? How do we want it? I don't know. Hey, I think it looks better that way. I do think we need to cut a little bit of this off. It's too big on that side. I don't like how that turned out. Okay. Just a little bit on this side. There we go. Yeah, I think that's how we're going to do it. So I'm going to ink up the white part. That's the bad part about using these stickers. I could cut it down more, but I'm not going to spend the time while I'm doing this. And put a little glue. And put that kind of like right there. So, I don't know. I'm not sure I like her in there. I don't think her color, we're going to take it off before it dries. I'm not jumping up and down. I wonder how that would look. Ooh, I have an idea. Here we go. How about, if all else fails, put a little bling on there. There we go. Yay. There we go. So, there's another one. To me, that's done. And let's see how we're doing on time here. We've got a little bit of time. I think we were going to put this stuff on there. We decided not to, so why don't we use that on another one? Let's try that. Let's try this. It's just some paper that I had, so yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. Right, that looks cool. Maybe put a little bit of that on there. Maybe a little less. Like maybe this much, right? And then maybe, let's see, what else do we have to put on that? Oh, let me think here. Got these cool little flowers over here. That kind of clashes though, I think. Oh, I have an idea. I've got these little letters. And I thought, you know what? I mean, you could put any letter on there. I just don't. It could, you know, obviously, it could stand for a name of some sort or whatever. But I am looking for an L, which is, oh, it's, of course, it's way on the bottom here. Hold on. All right, here we go. I just saw it. Here we go. Nope, nope, that's not an L. Put some sort of initial on there. So now I got to figure out where I'm going to put these. Put that there. It's definitely going to need something else, though. I know that. Let me see. What do I have that I can use that doesn't clash with those flowers? Maybe a piece of material. Probably not, but I don't know, maybe. Let's see. I wonder how. How about we just take a little bit of doily and put that on there, right? And then we put that on there, and then we put the L, And I'm going to need something underneath the L too, so just a little smaller piece of something. I don't know. Let me start doing this and then I can figure it out. I don't know why. I just like this. I thought it was kind of an older design. And I really thought it kind of would go good. So I've kind of already dingied this up. So I'm going to put that kind of a little over half. I'm going to put it on and then cut it, I think. Anyway, like I said, I don't really know how to explain how to do it. You just kind of have to play and do things to your liking. This may be a little bit too haphazard for some people, but for me, it kind of works. In the end, I always find a place to put them, and they always seem to work. So I don't know if maybe I don't want one that big. Maybe I want one a little smaller. And then put that over here. Let me cut this off so I can kind of gauge it better. Put that on here. Okay, let's see. Maybe the bigger piece would look better there. And then that. Now, see, this was a piece that we had taken from something else and decided not to use it. Oh, yeah, that could look good. Okay, let's do that. You know, so like I said, when you're doing this, you're going to have pieces that you audition and then you decide you don't want them, but you know what? You probably will end up using it somewhere, and if you don't, you'll use it at some point. Okay, so let's do this. How did we decide that we're putting that on there? That's my problem. I'll forget halfway through how I laid stuff on there that I decided I liked. Okay, so this is going to kind of go right here. Ooh, too much glue there. So we'll put that there. Then I'm going to put this little medallion in the middle. Then I'm just going to put my little letter. I wonder if we want to put something else in there. I think, well, I've got things sticking to my fingers, so I don't know. Nah, I think we'll just do it like that. We will just do it like that. Okay, so yeah, there's another one. I think we have time for one more. Let's see. What haven't we done? Trying to think of something else. I think probably we've done pretty much all of what we need to do. I think I'm going to call it a day. Just give you an idea of some of the ones that we did do. We did that one. We did the one with the little heart. We did this one with the flower and the embossing. So we did do about 3, and then here's some of the other ones again that we did. So I think that's kind of the idea, and you guys get what we're doing. So I'm going to probably, oh, we got this other one. This is the last one that we did. I think I'm going to just go ahead and call it a day, because I think that's pretty much it. I think we've done, you know, kind of everything that we may want, you know, wanted to do. I was going to do them with a picture, but you guys can kind of get the idea how that works. So, you know, and you get to put all these in your journal, and it'll help you definitely, you know, finish your journal. So anyway, thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe.